Hello everybody, welcome to the Sunday race review. My goodness me, what an extraordinary race that was. Sergio Perez, for the first time in his Formula One career, takes victory. The first Mexican since the Rodriguez brothers. So he's the second driver from Mexico to win. Alongside him on the podium, Esteban Ocon for the first time, and Lance Stroll gets his third F1 podium and his second of the season. Once again, though, it's not a Mercedes victory, and it's our second completely different podium of the year, which hasn't featured a Mercedes or a Red Bull. The first came at Monza, this one comes here at Sakhir. I think we all safely say Sakhir will go down as a fantastic Grand Prix, probably one of the best in history as well. It had everything. It had George Russell dominating from the beginning, leading away from lights out. He had the opposition against Bottas. Bottas got twitchy through turn 2. That gave it back to Verstappen. Perez came up, and then here came Leclerc. Verstappen on the outside, Perez on the inside, and then Perez in the middle. Leclerc right on the inside, coming into turn number 3. Touches the inside line. Perez goes spinning. Broken front wheel for Leclerc. Verstappen goes off the track, gets on the gravel into the wall. Verstappen out, Leclerc out, safety car deployed, and Perez dropping down to last place, 18th overall. He goes onto the hard compound tyre, fights his way back up into the top 5, and then Jack Aitken spins into the wall, knocks off the front wing at a fast part of the track. Virtual safety car deployed, Mercedes decide to pit, and then all of a sudden the safety car comes out. So Mercedes now pit. They put on George Russell's car, they put on Valtteri Bottas's medium compound tyres and sent him on his way. But by the time Valtteri Bottas comes in, they realise they've made a mistake. They put George Russell's tyres briefly onto Bottas's car before realising, hang on a minute, this isn't right. 30 seconds later, they have to decide to put Valtteri Bottas back onto the hard tyres he came into the pit lane with in order to get him out. So Bottas now made a completely pointless pit stop, and then George Russell gets the information that he has to come in to change tyres. He's on the wrong set. He's on Valtteri's. And then all of a sudden, he's dropped down all the way down to 13th place under the safety car. Fights his way back up into second place with 10 laps to go, catching Sergio Perez, only to be told that the tyres he's on, the softs, have got a puncture, and he has to come in. Drops down to 13th, fights his way back up to 9th place. Mercedes have been given a $20,000 fine for that mistake. George gets his first points in Formula 1 with 3, 2 for a 9th, and then 1 for the fastest lap. However, he could so easily have collected 25. Mercedes threw it away today, and Bottas as well, proving that he's not as great in that car as George Russell or Lewis Hamilton would be. Bottas, for me, seems to be done at Mercedes. I'm quite surprised that they're not going to change around the running order for 2021. However, Lewis still hasn't signed a contract. And, of course, we've got Abu Dhabi to come, where George Russell could still be in the car for redemption. A lot of stories still around that one going into the next week. But let's get through the results then. From a pretty chaotic Grand Prix, Sergio Perez is the winner, collecting 25 points, and Ocon, Stroll, the top 3. Sainz is 4th, but with that first and third, it's now deficit with a 40-point advantage. Racing Point have really come back into their own and have taken the advantage back. They now hold a 10-point gap for third over McLaren. That is going to be something to watch out for in Abu Dhabi. Renault, well, Ricciardo finished in 5th place, but he's pretty much out of the running. So is Albon. Kvyat, then it's Bottas, Russell, and Norris rounds out the points. Out of the points was Gasly, Vettel, Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Magnussen, Aitken, and Fittipaldi. And the only 3 retirements was Nicholas Latifi, who calls the first virtual safety car of the day by running off the track. Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc calls in the safety car number 1 at the start of the race. So it was a total of 4 safety car periods, 2 actual safety cars, 2 virtual safety cars. A Mercedes pit stop that will go down as one of their worst in history, almost rivaling that of Hockenheim last year. And for George Russell, an opportunity missed. Not by his own fault, of course. Let's just hope he's proved enough that he is the guy for the future to be in that Mercedes car. Right, one race remains then. It's the 2020 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, live with our watch-along coverage next weekend with special guests as well. That's it then. One race left after 5 months of being crammed in. Just one remains in this crazy 2020 season. What's going to happen? Join us to find out. Bye from Bahrain.